a makeup tutorial. I feel like I haven't done one in a while, so I thought I would do one today. And it is actually this look that Kylie Jenner sported to the Golden Globes Award this year. So I really liked the look she went for. I think it was super like nice and clean and a different take on an evening look, because usually for evening it's either kind of heavy lips or heavy eyes, but she actually went really light on the eyes and like this nude pinky, very glossy lip and a very, very clean eye, just with a little bit of definition, super fluttery lashes and a very kind of contoured look. So I thought it was really nice and fresh and good for kind of daytime or nighttime, so I thought I would give it a go. I hope you enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's get started. But before that, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel twice a week, and it would mean so much to me if you subscribe to my channel. And also don't forget to hit that little bell button next to the subscription button so that you don't miss any videos and you get a notification every time I upload. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I've just moisturized my face and I've applied a little bit of under eye cream, and I'm going to go straight in with foundation. So for foundation, I'm going to use my Dior BB Cream, and I'm going to mix that in with a little bit of this Touche Eclat foundation. And I really like this mix. I've been using this mix forever really, but I really love it because it just gives me like a good enough coverage, but it's not too heavy. The YSL foundation brings a lot of luminosity to my skin, but the BB cream makes sure that it's not kind of too luminous, and it actually makes my skin look kind of greasy or oily because my skin is naturally a little bit oily anyway. So I'm just going to dot this over my face, and I'm first going to blend it in with fingers, you know the drill. Kylie had quite a kind of luminous touch to her skin. I'm sure she had quite a lot of coverage, but it looked really luminous and it didn't look kind of cakey or heavy. So I'm going to try and replicate that look, and I love the combination of these two. And the BB cream actually has like SPF, so this is brilliant for daytime. But at the same time, I don't find I get any flashback, even though the BB cream has some SPF coverage. So it's quite a good combo. I've been using it for years. I know it must be boring to watch me use always the same foundation, but it is honestly amazing. And I am looking to try a new foundation because this one is over. I'm literally just pumping it out like with my hand because the pump doesn't get any product out anymore. But I don't know if I want to buy the same one or I want to try a new one. I really love this YSL Touche Eclat foundation, but if you guys have any recommendations, I want something that's luminous and kind of medium coverage, that's not going to make my skin kind of greasy or oily, but that it's not going to make it look kind of too matte and just flat really. So if you know of any good foundations, please do let me know in the comments below. So now to cancel out the darkness underneath my eyes, I'm just going to use this YSL Touche Eclat, but in the colour, I think it's called Apricot Bisque. And this is great because it's basically just to cancel the darkness underneath your eyes. I was using the Tarte one for ages, but I actually really like this one from YSL because it's really kind of nice to just apply it with the pen. It's super easy to just place it underneath your eyes or in any areas we've got pigmentation. I apply a little bit around my nose area as well, and a little bit around my lips because I've got quite a lot of pigmentation there. Kylie's skin looked super flawless, so I'm trying to go for that super flawless finish as well. And I just find this is like a lot more liquid than the Tarte one, so it's very easy to blend out. I've done a blog post about this product, so I will link that on the description box below. And then I'm just patting in with fingers, and as you can see, it's already brightened my under eye area so much. Don't know how well the camera is picking that up, but it's really brightened it a lot. Actually, for my foundation routine, I'm just pretty much doing what I usually do as well because Kylie had a kind of similar finish to what I go for normally. So now to conceal underneath my eyes, I'm using this Clé de Peau concealer and just taking a brush. This one is by Shiramura. I'm just applying a little bit underneath my eyes. This is a great concealer. I mean, I've bored you to death probably talking about this one on my channel, but it's such a great concealer. I love it. It just really kind of hides any blemishes, dark circles. It's not drying, but it's at the same time not too oily. I just love it. It's worth every penny, even though it is a big dent in your pocket every time I get it, but it's so good that I just can't help myself. If you do know of any dupes of this one, I would love to hear if I can save a few pennies. So I'm just applying this down the sides of my nose as well, just because that's going to help me like kind of slim it down a little bit. And then a little bit I'm using to kind of cover any blemishes that I've got around my face. My skin's actually pretty good right now, so I'm really happy, touch wood. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and blend this out using my finger. And I love using my finger, as I mentioned before, because it just warms in the product and it makes it blend in really seamlessly. I think the best way to achieve a flawless face is literally layering. So I'm now going to go in with highlighter, and I'm going to be using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, which you've heard me talk to death. As you can see, I'm pretty loyal to the products I love. And base products are ones that I usually change the least. Like on my eyes and stuff, I'm willing to try new stuff a lot more. But on my base, I just kind of think that what works, works, and I don't want to kind of risk it and try new stuff. This is almost over as well. I hate it when all your makeup just finishes at the same time. I just find that, like, I don't know why, everything just finishes at the same time. But yeah, I'm applying this underneath my eyes in a kind of up inverse triangle. And I'm applying a little bit to the bridge of my nose, center of my chin, around my lips to lighten that area. Also to the center of my forehead. And again, I'm just going to blend out using fingers. This is like a super highlighted look, but then how can you do a Kardashian clan look without kind of contouring and highlighting? That's what they're known for, right? And then using my beauty blender, I'm just going to finish blending this all out. Okay, for contour, as usual, I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal. And, oh, this is almost over as well. Why is all my makeup finished? Okay, I'm just going to squeeze a little bit out, and I'm just going to create a line underneath my cheekbone, jawline, same on the other side, and a little bit on the chin to define my chin a little bit, and a little bit down the sides of my nose. Although Kylie has a nose which is kind of broad, a bit like mine. Kylie's chin seemed to be quite contoured around here, so I'm just going to apply a little bit of contour there as well. And obviously her face is like super well defined, so I'm just going to apply a little bit of contour here as well, just to kind of add more definition to my face. What do you think of Kylie in general? I mean, I think she looks good. I know she's had a lot of fillers and stuff done, but I actually think she looks really, really nice with the way her fillers or surgery or whatever she's had done has turned out. I know she does look a lot older than what she probably should for her age, but I mean, you can't fault the surgeon. He's done an amazing, amazing, amazing job with her. Let me know what you guys think about plastic surgery and whether you would get fillers done. So I'm just now blending everything out with a beauty blender just to give it a more kind of polished look. And now I'm going to go in with this Eraser Eye by Maybelline, and I'm just going to kind of define the contours more. So I'm just going to apply this underneath and above my cheek contour, a little bit center of my chin and around the contour on either side. I'll do the same on this side, and I love this because it's super lightweight, so it's super easy to blend. I'm also going to apply a little bit on my nose. This is just kind of really going to blend out the contour, but also just give it more definition because you're adding lightness underneath, so the darkness is going to contrast a lot more. But it's also going to kind of help it blend out. And this concealer is really illuminating, but it's quite lightweight, so it blends out really nicely. And I'm just blending it out using the beauty blender. Obviously now I've applied quite a bit of stuff to my face, so I need to lock it all in. And I'm going to do a little bit of baking, which again, a Kardashian trend, so how could I not do it? And I'm using the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. This one is absolutely amazing to really highlight underneath your eyes, and so on. So I'm going to bake, but very little, because if I leave it on for too long, it just makes my skin look way too cakey. But I just find that nothing sets my under eye makeup like this powder with a beauty blender. It just really sets that concealer, and because I've applied quite a few layers, I do really need to lock that in place and make it last. So I'm going to use a little bit with my beauty blender and the center of my nose, center of my chin, and center of my forehead, which are the areas where I get most oily. And then I'm going to take a little bit and just put it underneath my cheekbones, just to further define that contour. Then I'm going to take a brush, like a soft brush, and just brush this all out. Taking a little bit more powder. I'm just going to brush it all out. Because if I leave on this, like I said, for too long, it just makes me look way too cakey. You can see that's left a super flawless finish. Set my contour on my cheeks because I don't know why any other powder just doesn't set it. I'm using the Chanel loose powder, and I'm just going to pat this on. And I just find if I use any other powder other than this one, during the day it just kind of fades and it breaks, and I don't know why. I don't know, my concealer just doesn't set on my cheek. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this powder with a brush to just really lock it in place. I'm going to go in with the By Terry Voile de Pearle, which I love and I've spoken so much about, because I really want to give my skin like a luminous. I don't want it to look too cakey with this much powder. So I'm just going to take this over the areas where I contoured. Okay, so now that my base is done, we're going to go in straight into eyes. And I'm going to use this Christian Dior base. It's a primer actually, not a base, for my eyes. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this. And Kylie had a super natural eye look, which I really loved. It looks super, super fresh and flawless. So I really liked it. And it really opened up her eyes. So it's a look very different to what I usually go for. So I thought I'd give it a go. And then I'm going to use this Charlotte Tilbury Instant Face Palette, or Instant Look in a Palette, that's what it's called. I'm going to take a large flat brush, and I'm going to take the pinkish shade on that palette, and I'm just going to use that as a base to really clean up my eye and give it a super, super kind of flawless look. It's a great base shadow, this. I'm also going to take a little bit of this and just apply underneath my eyes, just to really brighten that as well and make it look super, super flawless. Then in this Charlotte Tilbury palette, the Sophisticate, I'm going to take this vanilla kind of beigey shade, but you can get any of this colour, and I'm going to apply this just underneath my brows, just to highlight that area a little further. I'm also going to apply this to the inner corner of my eyes. And Kylie had a really gentle shimmer going on just underneath her bottom lash line. It was very, very subtle. But I'm going to take this sparkly sort of glitter shade from the Dolce Vita palette of Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm just going to apply a little bit underneath my lower lash line. Just a very thin, subtle line, just to add that touch of glitter. I'm going to take this e.l.f. eyeshadow palette actually, and I'm going to take the soft brown shade, and it's like a medium cool toned brown, very subtle, but you can get any kind of similar shade to this. And I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and just apply this very lightly just above my crease, just to give my eye a little bit of definition. Kylie's eyes are super defined. I unfortunately don't have such great definition, so I'm just going to apply a little bit of this really subtly. And then I'm going to take a tiny bit of the same Charlotte Tilbury palette I used earlier, and I'm going to take this brown smoke shade, which is a really nice cool toned brown, and I'm just going to use this exactly on my crease just to add some definition. This is a great shade to mimic the natural shadow that you would have in your crease if you don't have much of a crease like me. It was all about the lashes in this look. So Kylie kept it super simple, and I'm going to use this brown pencil by Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's called the Audrey pencil. And I'm just going to create a thin line above my lash line with a bit of a flick at the end. But hers was also quite subtle, so I'm going to keep it really close to the lashes. And then I'm just going to create a flick at the end. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. Kylie's lashes were really the focal point of this look. So I'm going to go ahead and curl them. And then I'm going to use the Maybelline Push Up Drama, which gives your lashes loads of volume. I'm going to go in with some falsies as well, but I'll apply this first. Okay, when this mascara dries off, I'll apply some falsies. I'm going to move on to lips now, and I'm going to be using my Soar lip liner. Kylie had a really nice kind of pinky nudie lip. And I'm just going to apply this. And I'm going to try to make my lips as full as possible, because we obviously all know that Kylie has super full lips. That's what she's famous for. And her bottom lip is much fuller than the top lip, and it's quite round. So I'm not going to do much of an arch. Then I'm going to fill in the sides on my lips just to make them look a lot fuller. And then I'm going to go in my Tom Ford lipstick in Blush Nude. I'm going to top that off with the Anita lipstick from NARS. Mixing lip products is one of my favourite things to do, actually. And then to top it all off and get the super glossy finish that she had on her lips, I'm using this Kiss Kiss Gloss by Guerlain. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with the powder contours. And I'm using my Anastasia contour kit, and I'm first going to go in with the Havana shade to just bronze up my cheeks a little bit. And I'm going to use this to warm up around my forehead as well. A bit on my chin. And then I'm going to go in with the Fawn shade, and I'm going to use that as a contour. I'm going to use it everywhere where I used the cream contour before. And I really want to define underneath my jawline because hers is super defined, so I really want to create a shadow there. And I'm using this brush by Charlotte Tilbury, which is amazing. I use this for like absolutely everything. And then using my fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit using the same Fawn shade. For blush, she had quite a neutral colour blush, so I'm going to use the one in the Instant Look in a palette, and I'm going to use this kind of neutrally pink, and then I'm going to use this pop shade for the centre. I'm going to go straight in with highlighter, and she had a super glowy highlighted look, so I'm going to use my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector by Jaclyn Hill in Champagne Pop. I'm just going to apply that on the top of my cheekbones. I love this highlight. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but just the golden glow it gives you, it's amazing. Take that into the top of my brow and apply a little bit down the centre of my nose, Cupid's bow, centre of my chin. And I'm going to take a little bit of the contour powder I used earlier, just apply that underneath my lip just to make it look fuller. I'm going to do my brows now, and Kylie had super defined brows that were lighter at the front and then like super dark in the centre. So I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury brush, and I'm just going to do my brows. She had quite an arched shape, so I'm going to try and arch mine as much as possible. Okay, so I'm now going to go and put on some fake lashes, and I'm going to do my hair, and I'll be back to show you the final look. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I've done my hair up like that. I'm not great at doing a top knot, I must admit, but I've tried my level best. And yeah, I added some lashes to add a little bit of drama to the look like she did. And unfortunately I didn't have a beautiful sparkly top like hers, but I've tried my best to copy the look. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you like this look. Please don't forget to subscribe and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!